Hi, I'm Molly Simpson from Hope Farms, and today we're going to talk about the power of your relationship in parenting. Are you one of those kind of parents that gets excited, a little too excited sometimes, maybe raises your voice a little bit, or gets a little hot under the collar? I've been there, done that. And does it work? Maybe sometimes. If your kid feels like, okay, imminent death is possible if I don't act now, then maybe you'll get some action. But what I found is so much more powerful in the long term is working on the relationship. If you had a friend that was constantly yelling at, screaming at you, would you continue that relationship? Probably not. Now, I don't think that parents need to be friends all the time. We are parents after all, and we are responsible for teaching our children what's right and what's wrong. We're responsible for teaching them behaviors that are acceptable and responsibility and integrity and trust and all kinds of things. But if you can come from a point where there's no emotion but love coming from you, it can be more powerful than a sword, to use scriptural terminology. But think about it for a moment. If you take time to understand how your child is feeling or why he is acting a certain way, it can be much more powerful than using sheer force and anger. So I encourage you to take some time to really listen. You may be surprised at what you learn that your child is actually dealing with. A time when I experienced this, one of my children was really struggling to go to school. He hated school and would make himself physically ill so that he didn't have to go. And he kept getting ear infection after ear infection after ear infection. And it occurred to me that maybe he was hearing something that he didn't want to hear. So I asked him, is there something going on that you don't want to hear? And the floodgates opened and tears came out. And he started to share about how on the bus there was all kinds of stuff being said that he didn't want to hear. And I was able to address that situation rather than my instinctive reaction to get upset that he wasn't wanting to go to school and forcing him out the door anyway. I was able to learn some things about a struggle he was having and help empower him with some tools to create boundaries and to reach out to people that could help him in that situation. So though sometimes quick action is needed without explanation, most often children want to be heard and they want to feel love. When you start to feel angry, you've already lost the battle. So do yourself and your children a favor and just tone down the emotion, feel love, and listen. If you can create a relationship like that, it's going to be priceless in the teenage years when they really need someone to talk to.